In the tranquil forest of Naimisha, where the air was filled with the sacred resonance of a 12-year yagna, the venerable Saunaka led a circle of Rishis in meditation. Ugrasrava, the son of Romaharshana, stood before them, a master storyteller of the Puranas, revered for his precise recitations. The gathering, illuminated by the flicker of ritual fires, waited in respectful silence as Ugrasrava bowed with folded hands, ready to share his knowledge. "Great ones," he began, his voice reverberating through the assembly, "I have recounted the tale of Utamka. What story shall I weave next?" His words hung in the air as the Rishis exchanged glances, their minds stirred by the desire to delve into the ancient histories of their own lineage. Saunaka, wise and renowned, was the first to speak, his eyes gleaming with anticipation. "Tell us," he urged, "the stories of Bhrigu's race, the divine line that has carried Dharma through generations." Thus, Ugrasrava began his narration, painting a vivid picture of the great sage Bhrigu, who was born from the sacred fire in a grand ritual presided over by Brahma himself. Bhrigu's presence was a beacon of righteousness, his name echoing through time as the progenitor of a lineage filled with virtue and spiritual power. Bhrigu's son, Chayavana, continued this legacy, living in the forest, a sage dedicated to ascetic practices and meditation. The lineage flourished under Chayavana, and Ugrasrava's voice softened as he recounted the tender love story of Bhrigu and his wife, the beautiful Paloma. One day, while Bhrigu was away conducting sacred rituals, Paloma found herself alone at their ashram. It was then that a Rakshasa named Puloma, driven by uncontrollable desire, invaded the ashram. His eyes, smoldering with lust, fixated on Paloma. Unable to resist her beauty, Puloma seized her and carried her away. In the midst of her terror, Paloma gave birth to Chayavana, a son born in a moment of great calamity. The moment of birth was tumultuous, echoing the outrage and pain that filled the air. When Bhrigu returned to the ashram and discovered the violation of his sanctity, he was consumed with rage. His fury extended beyond the immediate culprit, Puloma. It found its way to Agni, the god of fire, who had served as a witness to the Rakshasa's act. Bhrigu, in his anger, cursed Agni for revealing Paloma's identity to the demon. Agni, startled and burdened by the weight of Bhrigu's curse, protested. "O Bhrigu, I am but a witness bound to the truth. I could not lie, even to a demon." But the curse had already been uttered. Agni withdrew from the world, abandoning his role in the sacred rituals. Sacrifices ceased. The flames that had once connected the earth to the heavens flickered out, leaving the three worlds in chaos, the air heavy with the absence of divine offerings. The wise Rishis, seeing the balance of the universe on the verge of collapse, sought the counsel of Brahma, the creator. In their pleas, they expressed the urgency of restoring Agni's role. Brahma, understanding the delicate equilibrium of the cosmos, called upon Agni. With words of compassion and wisdom, he offered a resolution. "O Agni," Brahma said, "though cursed, you shall continue to fulfill your duties. Only your baser flames shall consume that which is impure. Let your sacred fire continue to purify all that it touches." With this decree, Agni returned to his duties, his flames reignited with renewed vigor. The three worlds rejoiced, and once again, the sacrificial fires burned brightly, connecting the devas and piters with the offerings of the earth. Ugrasrava then turned his tale to the descendants of Chayavana. Chayavana's son, Pramati, continued the lineage, and Pramati begot Ruru, a noble sage whose life intertwined with love and fate. It was Ruru's story that captivated the Rishis next. In a secluded ashrama belonging to the sage Stolakisa, Ruru first laid eyes on Pramadvara, a woman of exceptional beauty and grace, raised by the sage after her abandonment at birth. Ruru's heart was immediately ensnared by her presence. The stars themselves seemed to align, declaring their union to be divinely ordained. Their love blossomed, and soon, preparations for their wedding began in earnest. However, as their joyous future unfolded, destiny intervened. In a moment of unsuspecting bliss, Pramadvara was bitten by a venomous snake. Her life now hung in the balance, casting a dark shadow over what should have been the most joyous occasion of their lives. The story hung there, leaving the audience in suspense, their hearts gripped by the tension of what was to come. It was a tale woven with the threads of love, sacrifice, divine intervention, and fate, a reminder that in the Mahabharata, as in life, destiny often steers the course of events in unexpected ways. The Rishis listened intently, their minds immersed in the ancient history of their lineage, eager to hear how the next chapter of this epic story would unfold.